Hello, Internet. The Morgan You Know podcast network presents Balls and Brew.
Welcome to the flagship sports podcast here on the Morgan You Know Podcasting Network. My name is Rod Morgan. Chris is with me here. Jimmy is here with me. We normally have other sports to talk about other than basketball, but this week we are running a tight ship. We are only going to get to basketball, so let me turn it over to the only man that I would allow to take over hosting duties from me, and that is my lifelong friend, James Thomas Jamriska. Jimmy, run it.
Welcome to the Fast Break, the fastest 15 minutes in the NBA. If you are watching on YouTube, X, or wherever else we are, Facebook, please throw a question or comment in the chat. We'll get to you right away. Chris King, question for you. Was that you and a nice lady that were talking to Kevin Durant the other day? Was that you two down there chatting?
I will neither confirm nor deny if I was anywhere near the vicinity of the alleged altercation that may or may not have taken place.
How awesome was that when these two people, all by themselves before the game started, called Durant the B word, and he came over and said, "Excuse me," and the lady's like, "Oh, let's have a five, sir. I have a podcast." And Rod, what was that? People are nuts.
Yes, people definitely are nuts, but I'm gonna go this way on it. All right, like cool for Kevin Durant to come over and call him out and prove that people are ridiculous, but also like Kevin Durant, come on, dude, like come on, haven't we seen enough instances over the couple of years now of you having rabbit ears for everything and it not working out great for you? All right, Mr. Burner accounts, like let these people call you B word, just walk out and hit warm up jumpers and then score 36 on them, right? It doesn't matter. Like Kevin Durant, calm down, people calm down. Everybody calm down, all right?
Kevin Durant might have scored 36. Jimmy Jam scored 315. 315 wins in the wins league for me. 280 for Chris King. And Rod has 265 for Rod. You know, when I do this, I start in the Eastern Conference all the time. I get nervous because your numbers go up and up and up and up and up. And I have like two Eastern Conference teams. They just happen to be the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic. So they're doing pretty decent on that one as well. But you know, the Celtics, Rod, you were right. Celtics were the best pick in the draft. After that, you kind of went downhill a little bit. But your Timberwolves pick was also good as well with 40. But it's been really kind of a fun season watching this go, just because I've had Jimmy the last like 10 weeks in a row. So it's been fun, Rod.
So you're telling me drafting the Lakers at second was not a good call? You're
Not
you're
ideal,
telling me
ESPN.
you're telling me that banking on Quinn Snyder book it regular season wins was not a good call by me. Is that what you're telling me here, Jim?
It's amazing how bad I am in football and how terrific I was in the NBA this year, because I called that Hawks from day one. I called the Clippers. Are you serious right now? I'm going to regret that. I'm going to regret that. Don't worry. I'm going to regret that.
We got to give Rod a little bit of credit. He does have both the Eastern Conference leader and the Western Conference leader on his team, and still somehow he's managed to be in third place. So he's picked the winners so far of each conference. It's just who finishes below them.
Excuse me. The Timberwolves have 40 wins. Oklahoma City Thunder have 40 wins. So watch yourself. He's tied.
Give me something, Jim.
Speaking of wins, Pacers, huge win over the Dallas Mavericks. We watched that whole game. We were actually supposed to go to that game, but Jackson Jay has been sick for about a week. He was not very happy about not going, by the way. Big win for the Pacers there, only to come back and lose to the Raptors the next night. Chris, being a Pacers fan, how is it?
It's like being bipolar, I guess. You have a lot of ups and downs. You'll see some great performances from our team where they can almost do no wrong and actually play a little bit of defense, play like a real team out there. And then you have other nights where they just don't seem to take it seriously or show up. They got to turn it around and get more consistent play. We're getting to the home stretch right now, and you're on the outside looking in. You're in a play-in game right now as a Pacer, so you got to step it up and get past the Heat and the Sixers at least.
Chris, by chance, did you drive? Did you make the trek back to Bloomington tonight and maybe just flip a little switch in Assembly Hall?
I was Not at Assembly Hall tonight.
Okay,
That's what I'll say.
Rod, how you liking our Pacers?
I mean, is it more about the Pacers, had a good game over the Mavericks, or is it more that the Mavericks have trouble in the Midwest because the Mavs on tonight's taping just lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers? So, I mean, maybe the Mavs just don't do very well here in the heartland. I don't know. The Pacers are fine, right? Like
Yeah.
Matt one night is going to go crazy, and you're going to be like, oh, look at Mathurin, and then another night Siakam's going to be active and doing things, and Tyrese Halliburton is a great player. Nobody denies Tyrese Halliburton, but the Pacers can't stop anybody. But what's going to help the Pacers is it seems that the Philadelphia 76ers are on a bit of a free fall. And then also the Atlanta Hawks are going to be down and out of it. So the Raptors, hello, welcome to still being playoff relevant. I know some Toronto
It's
fans
amazing.
not want to be, but they are. And the big pizza party for the guys after beating the Pacers. So congrats.
They're like the Steelers. Sorry, Tomlin rah-rah spot, but they really are. The Raptors always just seem to be there.
Something
Speaking of-
about that organization, man. I guess it's their GM, right? Like he catches a lot of flack, Jimmy, for like not getting rid of guys. But it's almost like having a stable base of dudes that can pass culture onto somebody else means you have a team that at least is always in it.
That's a really positive thing to
We
say,
have
Rod.
have to do something about this situation. The momentum is dying.
I don't understand no more distractions.
But I do believe we should all follow one path in life.
Hubris and ego and pride. Sorry, all that was a complete lie. Hey, look, I didn't mute myself this week to start Rod Nation. I was telling myself that the entire time during that wonderful intro that my guy Jimmy cooked up for the Rod Nation. And this week, there's a topic that was on the lips of a lot of people who were on debate shows. It was on everybody's rundown sheet for their podcasts, and we're going to be no different. But I got a little bit of a different spin on it here. JJ Redick going on and talking about Doc Rivers. And then Doc Rivers has a bunch of friends in the media, and then it becomes a argument about debate shows and all the above. I don't want to do that. We don't have the time for that right now. I want to focus on one particular thing that JJ said, a little throwaway comment out there where he said, I can do a detailed breakdown of the backside, this, that, or the other. And I don't remember exactly what he was talking about, and nobody's going to watch it. But the minute that I say this thing about Doc, it's going to be my most downloaded and listened to clip in 3 months. Hey, JJ, you're in the basketball media, my friend. Don't tell us how to be a fan. All right. Don't tell us how to be a fan. I don't tell you how to be a player. You're not going to let any of us tell you how to be a player. You're going to say, I was there. I lived it. You haven't. So you don't get to tell us how to be a fan. If we want to hear the dirt from the locker room and who might get traded and who might not get traded, that's what we want to listen to. All right. Don't criticize us if you, in turn, don't want us to criticize players. So, JJ, figure it out, bud. Which one is it?
Chris, you've always have good opinions on this. What are your thoughts on JJ Redick and what he said?
He wasn't wrong, though, was he, Rod? It was the most downloaded thing that he's had in about 3 months after he said that about Doc. Like, he wasn't wrong about that. So you're not wrong either, though. Like, yeah,
No one's wrong.
Don't tell me how to be a fan. I'm not going to tell you how to run your podcast. I will tell you what I like or don't like, and that's all we can do, right?
That's true. I mean, it
If I
really
could
is
get-
all
if I
you
could
can
get-
do.
An 8th, a 12th, the 16th of the listeners of the Old Man and the Three over to this podcast, we'd be doing quite all right. So certainly, JJ's doing something right over there. But don't tell people how to do anything. All right. Haven't we learned that that's the easiest way to get people all riled up these days is trying to tell them how to do something? So JJ, don't tell us how to be a fan.
You know who else does some good stuff?
Well, they're back, and it looks like they're back to stay again. Boston is the king, right? We mentioned it already. They have a solid 7.5 game lead in the East, and a 5 game lead for the best record overall. Somebody tell me I'm
You're gonna have
wrong.
to sit players soon. Rest them.
I mean,
Turns out Joe Mazzulla might be a good coach, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to give the guy any credit at all, but man, the
like
Celtics
the
have been
best
pretty
coach
darn
ever.
good.
I don't-
Regular season ball for 2 years.
8 in a row right now, 9 out of the last 10. I mean, you can't go wrong. And then, listen, I wanted to put Cleveland in here, but I'm going to give it to Minnesota and OKC. All right, they're both playing very well. Just to give it up, I'll give the Thunder the Queen and the Wolves the Prince because the Thunder's on a little bit of a win streak. They've won 5 in a row. But both teams have performed well of late, and that's why they're sitting atop of the West. We may have 2 brand new teams in the Western Conference Finals, fellas.
Rod, what did you think about that?
Yeah, I know you guys. You caught that. I don't know what's been going on with my voice, man. I'm telling you, like I'm just like I'll get these
Chris
little
King, the
weird
ultimate
frogs in my
professional,
throat.
though, just doesn't even phase him. I'm crying on the floor. Anyway, Rod.
He plowed right through it. What I think about with Chris's hardwood hierarchy is like we really only have that left the rest of the season, right? And I made my little joke about maybe the Raptors will qualify for the playoffs in the East, but like we basically have the 10 teams that are going to figure into the play-in and playoff race in both conferences locked down, and it's just going to be a matter of who. Now the West is going to be an absolute Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome bloodbath situation from like 3 all the way down through 10, but the East isn't quite that jumbled up, right? I think there's a world where the Bucks could still be the 2 seed. I think there's a world where the Knicks could still be the 2 seed. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but Chris, the Knicks need your guy, Julius Randle. Yeah, Jimmy, clip that. Chris is going to love that. Me actually saying something positive about Julius Randle. But if he gets that shoulder surgery, that doesn't bode well for the Knicks because kind of like the Knicks have that identity of I'm going to beat up on you and I'm going to be here all game long. And Julius Randle kind of is like a number 1 for that. So if he's out, that's a little bit of a Thibs identity off. So I wonder if people jockeying for seeds is going to be enough to keep our interest down the stretch, Jimmy Jam.
Look at me doing that, unprofessional as I am. I think it's going to be very interesting down the stretch because of those big ups and downs. The other day, I think it was, I can't remember what team it was, but they were either going to be 3rd or 7th, depending if they won or lost that day. And that's going to be
It was
big.
Chris's Sacramento Kings, I believe.
And speaking of Chris, who do we have as the Detroit Pistons jester of the week?
It is another court of jesters. We have 2 that are in a tight race to the bottom, fellas. They felt left out early in the year, and they are trying so hard to become permanent members of this court of jesters. And of course, that's the Wizards, who've lost 11 in a row, and the Blazers, who've lost 8. All right. Again, the Blazers are trying to catch up to San Antonio hard, and we know the Wizards are just a little bit behind Detroit now. Let me see. Let me double check. Oh, wait, that's right. They're only a game behind Detroit.
Well, and if Detroit would have gotten a win against the Knicks, they would be tied. But we're not going to talk about the officiating, are we?
That game is crazy.
Hey,
wait, real quick though. Don't you think the Brooklyn Nets could have sniffed a little bit of this, considering they fired their coach and have been completely listless ever since they, for no reason, set 5 of their players for rest early on in a season where players weren't supposed to do that and just completely tanked away a game?
Yeah, they got fined for it. They were the first team, I believe, that got fined for resting players, I believe.
Yep.
And you're not wrong, but like I can't ignore 11 losses in a row, Rod, or 8 for that matter. That's some sad, sad basketball.
That's fair.
Well, what is not sad is our lineup coming up for the next couple of weeks here. We are going to have, we're going to basically do a live stream of Balls and Brew and of the Yeah We Know podcast on Tuesdays moving forward. Now that football season is over, we will have Williams come back on when college basketball starts for sure. Father Pete coming on here pretty soon, hopefully as well. And then we have Rod. We're cooking something up for the Morgan, little take stuff, aren't we?
We're working up a game show. We're going to have judges. We are going to have scoring systems. We are going to have a champion. But most importantly, we are going to have a loser who will be scorned and ridiculed. And that is what we do best here on the network.
Chris, how does it make you feel that you know you're losing no matter what?
Oh, I am not losing. I will win like I always do.
Chris, I'm one of the judges. You're losing.
You love me, Jim.
It could be give me the Chris King history and you would still lose because I know you don't remember any of it because it was so long ago. And with that, you've been listening to the Balls and Brew Fast Break. Yeah, we know podcast extravaganza on the More You Know Podcasting Network. You're in the ring with Jimmy, Chris, Rod, Fast Break, everything.
3 for the price of 1, right? Kind of like a triple cheeseburger, kind of like a triple chili dog, right? Where you got your onions, you got your chili sauce, and you got your cheese. We bring it all to you here on the network. Let's go.
Goodbye, Internet.